Hi guys, Timothy Brusky. On this episode of Timothy in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make an apple cake with caramel cream frosting on top. It tastes so amazing and so moist and so chewy, you would almost think that you got it from the grocery store. Let's get going and we'll show you what we'll need today. We'll need almond flour, which I sifted already, which only takes a few minutes, but it is well worth it in the end. Get a strainer and do that. We have baking soda, baking powder. We have salt, cinnamon, nutmeg. We have sugar, applesauce, room temperature unsalted butter, 2 wobbly eggs, peeled fresh apples, walnuts, and also our frosting is on the left-hand side, but I will show you that when we get to that part in a little minute here. What you want to do first is you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Always important to have that oven ready when you are. So we are going to combine the dry ingredients, the flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg in our blender here. And then we're going to put it on level 2 for a few seconds until combined. Just enough where everything is combined in the ingredients. You want to do this to make sure everything is well packed in. Kind of like a hamburger. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to add in the sugar, butter, and eggs. It's always good to have your butter at room temperature. It's just you need to do that. It's always a good thing to do. So after we put the sugar, butter, and eggs in, then we are going to combine again and turn on level 2 for about 30 seconds. And do not mix any more than that, because if you mix it any more than that, it's going to be a hard cake. And you don't want a hard cake since you went through all this time and work to get to this point. Okay, we are good here. Next, we're going to scrape down the side of the bowl, because it does have a tendency of scraping the side when you're doing this kind of mixture and batter. And then next, we're going to add in the applesauce. The peeled apples. And the walnuts. And always make sure you have fresh apples when you do this too. You know, fresh is always best. So we're going to mix that for about a minute now. And level 2. That looks good right there. Scrape the side one more time. That's the consistency that we're looking for here. Pull it out. Next, we want to pour it in our 9-inch pan. What you want to do is very important here. It might be a lot of work, but it is benefit you in the long run. Get your 9-inch cake pan. what you want to do is spray down non-cook cooking spray. Then you want to sift your flour and mix it around your whole bowl, whole pan, like you can see. You can see the flour all around. It's on the bottom. Then next, you want to get parchment paper. Put it on top. Then spray with non-cooking spray again on top. That will ensure that when your cake comes out, it will come out the way you want it, and it won't be crumbling, and it won't be hard to bring out. So now we're going to pour in the batter. Just get it in the middle somewhere. We can always work on leveling it out when we get to that point. There. Next, we want to level it out to get all the air and air pockets out as much as we can. And it will rise, so don't worry. Let's get it leveled out. Kind of like forming a foundation on your property. That's the way we want it. Nice and even, no bubbles. So next, what we want to do is pound it to get all the air out. This will ensure that it is flattened and ready to go. So we have all that done. So now we're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. To ensure that it is ready to come out of the oven, use this toothpick, put it in the center. If it comes out clean, you are good to go. So let's pop it in the oven, and we will check on it in about 35 minutes. Each oven is different in any unique way. Some cook it faster, some cook it slower. All depends on your oven. So 350, 35 to 40 minutes. And my cake took 40 minutes to bake, and I transferred on a cooling rack for 20 minutes, and then I transfer it to this nice, lovely cake plate. It's always a good thing to have a nice cake plate when you're working with cake. I made my ingredients just a little bit less because I don't eat a lot of cake, in my opinion, but I love eating this cake. I like to share it with friends and families and neighbors around the area here. I just do it because I love to cook. So we are going to start with our frosting now, which consists of room temperature unsalted butter, brown sugar, milk. I use almond milk unsweetened, marshmallows, mini marshmallows, confectionate sugar, and vanilla extract. What we want to do first is we want to get our cooktop running or on. And then we want to add our butter. This will not take long to melt this. These induction cooktops are as fast or faster than your normal conventional stovetop oven. And that is no baloney. You set it to a temperature that you want, and it is ready. Like you could see, the butter is melting already that fast. That's how quick it is. So I bought one about a month ago. I was really impressed with it. When I get a house someday, I want to have an induction cooktop in my kitchen. It is the wave of the future, even though it is old technology. These companies in Germany, Whirlpool, who's got a business venture with another German company, have tremendous, amazing testing on the new technology that they're about to release sometime this year or next year. And it's amazing. I love these induction cooktops. Well, you can see the butter has now melted. Now we're going to go on to adding the brown sugar. and the milk. I always like to use unsweetened almond milk. Almond milk is much better for you than the normal 2% milk that you guys get in the store. So what you want to do next is mix it together until it comes to a golden brown color, which it already has. Next, you want to let it sit until it is bubbling, boiling, which won't take that long. Probably not even a few more seconds and it'll be boiling here, which it is doing right this second. That's how fast it is. So what you want to do next is you want to start transferring your marshmallows into here and let them melt completely. And in the process, you want to turn off of your heat just a little bit to cool it down. Make sure all the marshmallows are melted completely before we go on to the next step. This is amazing caramel cream frosting you will make. It's very easy. Instead of going to the store and buying the caramel and stuff, you get more joy out of making it at home than you would buying it in a container that's already made for you with all kinds of junk, sugar, chemicals that you don't know what you're putting in your body. This way you know what you're putting in because you're seeing it yourself and you're cooking it. So we have this all done here almost. Looks like the marshmallows are almost completed here. And that is our key to transfer it to our wonderful confectionate sugar, which we have right here in this bowl. Just a couple more seconds here and most of these marshmallows will be melted, which they are. They're golden brown. So we're going to turn that off, put that aside, and then we're going to transfer it to our confectionate sugar. Doesn't that look wow, huh? Amazing. We want to mix this completely until the confectionate sugar and the caramel is integrated. It won't take long. See? It's already mixing it well. Then we want to release this and go to our whisk. Whisk this up just a little bit. And then we're going to add in a little bit of our vanilla extract, about a tablespoon. But I don't measure on the vanilla. You can never add too much vanilla. Vanilla goes great with a lot of things. And you want to whisk this until it is nice and creamy. Just a few more seconds and we will have an amazing frosting. That's the kind of runniness you want, just like that. And it only took a few minutes. So now we're going to get our cake. And our spatula, and we're gonna frost our cake. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Little at a time. And when you put it on, don't be stingy of where you put it. It's all gonna come out nice. Little at a time. Don't rush putting it all on at one time because you don't want it to run all over. It's going to be amazing. You will see. I guarantee it. You will love it. So just keep on spreading it all around. And this tool I have in my hand here that I'm spreading it It is well worth the $6 to $7 on Amazon to get it. I would get it. If you're trying to make your life easier, get the right tools for the right job. Instead of using a spatula to do all this. So we're just putting on a layer, probably 2 now. And that's your caramel. And you want to let this set for a minimum of 10 minutes. 10 to 15 at least. Before trying to attempt to cut a piece. There, that looks good. I like to stitch in some designs in my cake once in a while. So there we are with that, and we're going to let it sit for a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes, and we will come back and show you what it looks like and what I think of it in the end here. Approximately 20 minutes for the frosting to be completely set before we try to slice into this. So we are going to try to slice a piece of cake. And it makes me believe that I have a plate here with a fork that I'm going to have a wonderful piece of cake. So let's get to it. The best part of the way to cut it is cut it like a pie, fourths and halves. Oh boy, look at that. I'm just going to have a little sliver. Then we use a little trusty little and voila. Sometimes it'll be a pain, but doesn't that look amazing? So I'm going to have a little piece. It is amazingly tasty, fresh, and new, and you should definitely have a piece. My words can't describe of how this tastes. It tastes as good as the first time I made this apple cake caramel cream frosting. I hope that you had learned something from this show today, and please check out many of my other videos that I have for your convenience on our website at www